Hi, thanks so much for joining me for the third installment of First Chapter Friday. My name is Lucy, and today the book that I'm going to be reading from is called The Best Man by Richard Peck. This book is about a boy named Archer McGill who is in two weddings, and that's an important detail because the whole book is sandwiched between these two weddings. The first wedding happens when Archer is 6 years old. So he doesn't really have a say. He just has to be in this wedding. The second wedding happens when Archer is in 6th grade, and he is very happy to be involved in this wedding. It's happening between two very important people in his life. And the 5 years that we spend with Archer, he has sort of spent this time looking for grown-up role models. He has his grandpa, he has his dad, he has his Uncle Paul, and he has a teacher that he loves, Mr. McLeod. So the wedding that happens at the end of the book is between two of these role models. And what happens between the two weddings is sort of a coming-of-age story for Archer and what it's like for him to be in middle school. He's naive when he starts out, and he learns a lot along the way. And he's got a great narrative voice. I loved listening to Archer and really seeing him grow. And I hope you do too if you try this book out. So I am going to read chapter 1. Boys aren't too interested in weddings. Girls like them. Grown-ups like them. But my 1st grade year started with one wedding, and my 6th ended with another. Call my story a tale of two weddings. I was in both. One of the weddings was great. In fact, it's just over. There's still some cake, and I got a fantastic new suit out of it. The pants are cuffed, the coat gives me shoulders, and I'll be sorry to outgrow it. I wouldn't mind being taller, but I'll miss the suit. Also, a pair of gold cufflinks are involved, but we'll come to them later. The other wedding, the first one, was a train wreck. So let's get that one out of the way. Besides, it happened when I was too little to know what was happening or to stand up for my rights. I didn't have any rights. I was 6. Did I even know what weddings are? And this one wasn't even anybody in our family. Archer, honey, said Mom one day. I was in her office for some reason I didn't see coming. Mom's maiden name was Archer. I'm named for her kid brother, Paul Archer. Mom was about to pull me onto her lap, but I held up both hands. They were red and black with touch-up paint. I was paint all over. I'd sat in some. Dad and I had been out in the garage detailing a vintage 56 Chevy Bel Air. Mom pulled back, but only a little. There's going to be a wedding, and guess what? You get to be in it. Get Holly, I said. Holly's my sister, 7 years older, so she'd have to be 13 or so. We already have Holly, Mom said. She's going to be a junior bridesmaid. She's tickled pink. What's left? Ring bearer, Mom said. What's that? You carry the bride's ring down the aisle on a little satin pillow. Whoa, I said. You won't be alone, Mom said. Don't worry about that. There'll be another ring bearer. She'll carry the groom's ring. She? A darling little girl named Lynette Stanley. A girl? Her mother and I went to college together. We were best buds in the Tridout house. The Stanleys have moved here for the schools, so you and Lynette will be starting 1st grade together, and you'll already be friends. Mom beamed. How could I be friends with a girl? I stood there, waiting to wake up from this bad dream. I can wear my regular clothes, I said, right? Archer, honey, you don't have regular clothes, Mom said. And by the way, racing straight paint doesn't come out in the wash. I suppose your dad's in about the same condition. Pretty much, I said. We'll look at what you'll wear for the wedding a little later on. Mom glanced away, a little closer to the event. I racked my 6-year-old brain. There had to be a way out of this. There's always a way out when you're 6, right? Who are they? These people getting married. Mom was looking far, far away. The bride is Mrs. Ridgely's granddaughter, she said. Who's Mrs. Ridgely? An old friend of your grandmother McGill. Were they best buds in the Tried-Out house? No, Mom said. They were best buds at the Salem witch trials. And that is the end of chapter 1, which sort of leaves you wanting to know more. So if you do want to hear more of this great story full of family, friendship, humor, that's LGBTQ inclusive, it's realistic, it has great role models, it has some weddings, then you can get this book from Overdrive and you can read it on your Libby app, or you can check it out, put a hold on it with the library and get it that way. I'll see you next time. Thanks.